10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello.
Hello.
Yo, 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 how are my homies?
We're
Well, that's different.
Hey.
we're yoing and ho
And ting.
mowing.
Yeah,
What?
anyway. I don't know. Whatever.
That was confusing. Yes. Well, in the week that a man tried to steal a phone from a Walmart and stabbed himself with the knife he was using to open the box,
That's
and
brilliant.
Thai surgeons removed a 6-carat diamond from a jewellery thief's bum.
Yeah, in the week in which Celtic supporters in Scotland were sent letters asking them to wash, and the Dewsbury, Murfield, Denbydale and Kirkburton Conservative Association
Well done.
cancelled their pig race fundraiser
I
event.
wonder why. It's also the week when Nickelodeon launched a new channel, a new channel showing exclusively 90s cartoons. And also it's a week where a 14-year-old boy in Texas got arrested for getting his clock out in class.
Almost flawless.
Yeah.
In all of those weeks, we bring you the final episode in the current series of the Geekly Chronicles.
It is indeed.
Scary.
Yeah, it's the last one of the series.
Yeah.
I know.
10 episodes have gone by really quickly.
For some
Like,
people.
Really quickly. Well, I think so. I mean, it was like April or whatever it was that we started the series.
Wow.
Look at it now, like the leaves are falling off the trees. That's because in this part of the world it's autumn or fall, as Americans would say it.
I thought it was just because of the air pollution, but okay.
Well, I only say that because I believe it's turning into spring in Australia now.
I have no idea what's happening in Australia right now.
They're sleeping.
Sounds about right.
It's like 4:02 in the morning in Australia, which is why we never have any Australian listeners,
Indeed.
which is kind of a shame.
It is, except that time that we got a bunch of people to wake up at 4 a.m. in Australia. But
That's true. Yeah, that hasn't happened since.
no,
And we weren't entertaining enough.
they heard
to
it once.
replace
It was
sleep.
enough.
Clearly, hashtag not worth it. Goals for the next series.
Make it so good that people want to listen at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that then.
Good. Right.
Well, we've got
There's
loads
some
of
stuff
cool
happening.
stuff for you. So, for those people that have listened to the whole series, you'll know that during Series 2 of the Geekly Chronicles, as this has been, we have had a feature called Bad Song of the Week. And every week, we have... I have picked a song, Chris has picked a song, and we have pitted those two songs against each other. And you, the listeners, have been able to vote for which is the worst song.
You have indeed. But because for some reason we decided it would be a good idea to relive all of those horrors, we've collected those songs together into a lovely medley for you.
You have,
So
and
you're now going to be able to pick the worst song of the series.
Shall we introduce them now?
I think we probably should.
Okay, so we will now talk you through the bad songs that you get to pick from this week. You may remember these from shows past. I mean, the first show of the series, we had this lovely song. It was the UK's Eurovision entry this year, Still in Love with You.
Don't get on the wrong train. Don't fly in an old plane. Don't go out in the pouring rain.
So that won in the first week. In hindsight, it doesn't seem as bad as it was.
No,
It's better than some of them on the list.
certainly
Bit
is.
of advice, don't get on the wrong train or an old plane.
And then we had the second show of the series, my pick, #selfie by the Chainsmokers.
Get in here. Do you see her? She's so short and that
Oh god, this is terrible.
I know.
cheetah. It's not even summer. Why is the DJ?
I just want to fall in a hole.
Yeah.
Can we go smoke a cigarette? I really
But-
need
but
one.
first-
But first, let me take a selfie.
And now this was one of mine.
Yep. This is Chinese Food by Alison Gold.
I have a soft spot for this one. I was weak.
Is that because you like chow mein? Chow mein.
I do.
This was another one of my picks. This is Hot Problems by the awful double take.
It is quite terrible, isn't
It's
it?
quite terrible, yes.
This was mine.
Yes.
This was Axel F by Crazy Frog. I
Yes.
maintain this is one of the worst songs of all time, mostly because it got to number 1 in the UK charts.
Mm.
It was awful. Bad moment for our country.
Yes. This was another one of yours, wasn't it?
It was.
I can't remember what this is pitted against, but I'm fairly sure it didn't deserve to lose.
No, it's actually quite a good song. I'd be
Yeah.
sad if this was voted the worst song out of all of the ones we
Yeah.
played this series.
This is another one by Double Take.
Another one of yours.
I
wasn't
remember
it?
winning with. This is Like a Princess.
Wow. It's just awful.
Yes, it is.
Wow. Well, they're not as bad as this.
Now, this brings us up to episode 9. This was The Plastics with We Are the Plastics.
Absolutely awful.
Yes.
That's enough of that.
That is...
Whew.
that's
Took that off
quite
the air.
enough of that, yes. That was the worst thing that has ever happened on this program.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed it was.
Yes. So, if for some reason you hate your eardrums just as much as we do, you can choose one of those songs to play again before sending to the hole in which we keep the bad songs by voting
yes.
online.
Yeah. So yes, you can indeed vote online at gkly.co/bad.
Yes, indeed.
/bad, and this is the last bad song of the week of the season. Therefore, it is bad song of the season.
We're creative like that with our segment names.
We really are.
Yes,
Again, of course, as we do in every week, we'll be playing your requests.
indeed we will, which will hopefully be better than that medley we have.
Indeed, we've got loads to talk about. We've got we'll be hearing
Absolutely.
from Catherine for the Tumble Fumble. We've got some great stuff this week for you, I think.
I hope so. I did find some stuff on the train on my way here.
Excellent.
Excellent. It's
That's
nice
pretty
to know
much
that
how
you're
I planned
prepared.
this show as well. So that's good.
We get to talk about awful hashtags. We are doing a giveaway. We will give away takeaway tonight like we have done at various points throughout the series. Wherever you are in the world, whatever you're listening to us on, we will get food delivered to you at some point during this show. You're going to talk a bit about fingerprints, I believe.
Yes. So there's been a hack on a US government department that's stolen a bunch of fingerprint information, which prompted this tweet from Jonathan Matthews that says, "Reminder to change your fingerprints often. Use a fingerprint manager and don't reuse the same fingerprint twice."
Excellent.
Yes.
Also, the Bloodhound SSC car, the 1,000-mile-an-hour car, was unveiled this week.
Yes.
Which
So
is quite geeky.
there was an event today in Canary Wharf in London that also goes on till tomorrow, so I might have to go down, where they finally showed the car off in public.
So one of the places on Earth where it would be really, really difficult to get up to 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah,
They decided to show off the 1,000-mile-an-hour car.
pretty
You can
much.
barely get up to 1 mile an hour around Canary Wharf some
Yeah.
days. That's
How did
terrible.
they get it there?
Brilliant.
Oh, I suppose unless they're launching it up the side of a building, like the Doctor driving up the side of the Shard on a motorbike.
I don't know. Could
Did
happen.
you even hear the word anti-grav?
Exactly.
Oh dear.
So yeah, so we've got lots to do. But first of all, we will play a request. Although just before that, you know how we've got this phone line thing,
We do have this phone line
so
thing.
people can call us and text us from
Yes.
all over the world. We've had 2 text messages in the last week while we've been off the air.
Have we?
I'll read them out to you now. One of them says, "Your accident injury has been signed off and funds allocated. Fill
Oh,
out,"
excellent.
and then a hyperlink for us to put 3,766.88. Notice there's no actual currency there in your bank now. So
Could be Danubian wooden dollars.
could be Danubian wooden dollars indeed, but
Like right now? Because
right now. So that was the first message, and the second
Excellent.
message said, "Trip for further details. Press 1 now to be placed on the do not call list. Press 2 now."
I think that was a voicemail, wasn't it?
Oh, that was a voice. I can even play it.
That would be
Correct.
exciting.
For further details, press 1 now. To be placed on the do not call list, press 2 now.
Yes. So
Wow.
thank you for getting in touch, robo-caller and robo-texter.
We appreciate.
We appreciate
yeah.
your input into the show. But if you want to send us some messages that are slightly less,
Robonic.
robotic.
Did you just say robonic?
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought it would sound funnier
Oh,
than robotic.
dear.
It did.
Yeah. If you want to leave us some messages or send us some texts that don't invite us to claim for an accident we never had, you can give us a ring or send us a text in the UK on 0203 389 6245 or in the US on 415 287 9705.
Absolutely. You always read those numbers out because I can't quite remember them.
That's good.
Yeah. But let's play a request first off. For those of you that haven't necessarily listened before, we do have some new listeners this week, it seems. But for anyone listening at all, you can join us in our chat room. We're GKLY on Freenode, or you can just head to gkly.co/chat, and that'll give you a nice little web interface for that. You can request songs in there by doing !request and then typing the name of your song. You can also do the same thing on Twitter. You can tweet us, you can text us, you can call us, you can do whatever you like. Just get a message to us saying what song you would like us to play, and we'll do our best to do that.
There is someone in the chat room called Person.
Oh, so there is. How interesting.
So, hello, Person.
Hi, Person.
Yes.
But
Hello.
no Jake this week.
No, but hello to everyone who is here. So we've got Ninji.
Are we just going to read a user list?
Yes, because we do that all the time.
No, we don't.
And this one's bigger, and we need content for the show.
We've got content.
I was not informed of this.
We've got a whole list of it right here in front of us.
You might.
We've got the same.
I'm really
set of
bad
notes
at
open.
planning, okay?
It's the last one in the series. If we do series 3, are you going to get better at this?
If I tell you I will you let me come back for series 3?
Mate, well, let's keep it under investigation, shall we, for now?
That's concerning.
So if, thinking about this being the last show of season 2 and thinking about going on to season 3, if you would like to see Chris come back for season 3, if this should still be the Chris and Catherine show,
Are we really putting this to the audience?
please tell us if you think that we should let them go.
They'll just redesign the show from the ground up.
I think you'll be the only one left, Catherine. Everyone likes you.
I wouldn't go that
me
far.
sitting here making crude jokes.
Yeah, we often have to edit those out before we put the show up on iTunes.
Yeah, that's why a couple of weeks ago we had a show. By a couple of weeks ago, I mean like 2 months ago, we had a show that ended up being about half an hour after the edit
Yeah, and that was largely Catherine.
because of Catherine.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Benman votes yes, but I'm not sure what the yes is for because we put multiple
Yes to
options.
Scottish
Scottish
jokes.
independence.
Yes to Catherine, I believe.
Okay, glad we've got some opinions there. Well, there we are. Indeed. Well, there we are.
Stop talking.
You're making me talk.
Well, yeah, I do now have a soundboard of outtakes from
Yes.
me laughing
That's quite worrying.
to Catherine sighing to Chris saying
I
things
need that
like
to be my ringtone.
Oh, good lord.
and
Well, there we are.
so there we are.
Which apparently I say too much. I have been informed.
We don't even need to be here anymore.
We could just
keep
do-
pressing this
yeah.
button. I can put it on loop as well.
Yes. So the Geekly soundboard.
So
Oh my god.
here we are.
Oh,
See, this
dear.
is why you don't let me do the editing
That's a good question. Why do we let you do the editing?
because nobody else does it if I don't.
That's very true.
Yeah,
Well,
So-
if we let Catherine do the editing, that's just going to be a bad idea.
absolutely.
I might need that little noise though.
For
Do you
your
need any
ringtone?
ringtone?
yeah, maybe.
Right. Okay. Oh, so
Good.
tell us a bit more about this really fast car, then, Chris.
Yeah, well, apparently we haven't gone fast enough as a species. So a bunch of people, you know, the ones that already have the land speed record, are trying to get the land speed record.
Don't they already have the land speed record?
They do already have the land speed record, but the reason they're doing it is kind of twofold. One, because they don't want someone else to come and get the land speed record, and people are trying.
But that's like breaking into your own house and stealing your own TV so that somebody else can't break into your house and steal your own TV.
Pretty much. But the other reason they're doing it is because they're calling it the Bloodhound SSC Engineering Adventure. It's designed to get, like, kids involved in science and technology and stuff by putting it all in a really fast car that they might be interested in.
Like putting all of the kids in a really fast car.
So do these cars they've made pass that, emission standards thing?
Well, that's a good question. Given that they have rocket fuel in the back, I'm not entirely sure, what the deal is. But I don't know. They probably get pretty good miles per gallon for, rockets.
Pretty good miles per gallon.
Yeah,
How many gallons of fuel are in this car?
enough to get it 1 mile.
Well, there we go.
It has to do 1 mile to get the land speed record. But anyway,
So where are they doing the test?
To talk about something more interesting, yes, they're doing the test in South Africa in Hakskeen Pan, which is famous for being very long and very flat, which are all things that you kind of need for a land speed record. Because if you're going 1,000 miles an hour, I can't even speak anymore. If you're going 1,000 miles an hour over gravel, it's not going to end well.
No, I can imagine not.
Given that if you do 20 miles an hour over gravel, it all flies up and chips the paint on your wheel arches and stuff. 1,000 miles an hour gravel probably going to kill a small child. So
But they're putting all the small children in the car.
yeah, that's kind of part of the safety thing. The person they're actually putting in the car, aside from all the small children, is Wing Commander Andy Green, who drove the car that already has the land speed record, the Thrust SSC. The idea is to get... Because they need, the current land speed record is 800 and something miles per hour. They could just do, 900.
But this is 1,000.
But this is 1,000.
Right.
Because you don't want to get, 991. That would just be depressing.
You and I have very different
Apparently.
definitions of depressing.
Apparently.
But,
Well, this is all what they have told me. But,
Alison in the chat room tells us that the rocket fuel emissions are oxygen and water. Therefore, it's a lot more efficient
that's very
and
true.
much better for the environment. So we don't
Then,
need,
yeah.
it can make all the emissions it likes because it's literally just stuff that we actually need to live anyway.
Yeah. So, instead of all of these, diesely VWs that are polluting the environment, why don't we just, or allegedly
Why don't we all
polluting the
just have
environment?
rocket packs?
Yeah. Why don't we just,
Yeah,
drive
the
around
end of
at
the day,
1,000 miles an hour?
If you can drive at 1,000 miles an hour and have less emissions than me driving around at 70 miles an hour, why can't they develop that?
Why
so
are we
that
not
I can
doing
drive
this?
around at 70 miles an hour and only have oxygen and water as a... I mean, is jet fuel more expensive?
I would imagine so.
But
What
I've
does
never
the
had to buy it
process
myself.
that creates rocket fuel?
I don't know.
How horrible is that?
Is it? Do you have to
I don't know.
frack the core of the sun with a small child or something?
That sounds about right. Yes.
I'm not really up on
Something-
the science of fuel making. To be honest with you, it's not something that I have to deal with in my day life.
Yes. Person in the chat room points out a very good point, which I've just remembered. They use a car engine, actually a Formula One race car engine, just to get the fuel into the rocket fast enough for it to do stuff.
Right,
So what
so it's
fuel
quite
does
inefficient.
that run on?
Well, I'd imagine petrol.
Yeah. But it emits less greenhouse gas than 6 cows do in a year
Interesting.
through farts.
What if you burn a cow? Are we talking about?
No, we're talking about cow farts.
Oh, cow farts. Right, I thought you were
Get with the
burning
programme.
cows.
Yeah.
I want a
No.
steak.
A cow
We're,
wouldn't burn for a whole year.
No, well,
No.
the
But a
steak
cow
would
can
be
fart
ruined if
more or
you-
less constantly.
I mean, a rare steak is kind of 2 minutes either side of that, but burning it for a year
would be problematic.
would be disastrous, especially for
Yes.
you. You're a vegetarian.
Yeah, not ideal. I much
You like your
prefer the-
steaks much rarer.
You just
Yes.
have this sort of black
I want it
Rubik's
mowing.
Cube sized.
I have actually heard people ask for their steak
Ugh.
to be mooing when it comes out on the plate.
For those are just
That's-
people that don't know how to properly ask for a rare steak.
Yeah. I kind of, I would also want a steak to be mooing and also to be in the shape of a cow and still be a cow. But
It can still be a cow if it's dead.
it wouldn't be mooing if it was dead.
Well, no, you suppose not. Not unless you
But
jump
generally-
up and down on its lungs.
Generally, puts a damper on the whole mooing activity of the cow.
What, death?
Yeah.
Puts a damper on all of our mooing activity, really.
Yeah.
Moo no more, my child.
I see.
You have moved.
Can I have
for
a
the
button
last
to make
time.
my sign noise?
You could just make your sign noise. You did make that
I don't
noise
even remember how
originally.
I made that noise. Oh, it's horrible.
This is the part where Catherine now has a conversation with herself, isn't it?
Like, shut up!
Yes.
I love
You're
all
just
these
going to
buttons.
punctuate the show with that now, aren't you? Oh, good lord. I'm back.
Yep.
This show has become a pastiche of itself.
I do actually laugh like that.
Yes, I know. That's that's kind of how sound works. If you record it in a microphone, you
Oh, good
sound the
lord.
same.
Oh, good lord. I can't do your voice very well. Oh, good lord.
Oh, good lord.
Well, there we are.
Well, there we are.
Well, there we are.
Well, there we are.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Trying anyway.
Oh,
But-
God.
Interestingly, we were talking about. You mentioned the emissions test thing that's been in the news this week. It's a really interesting story that kind of started to see it developing because it looks like they basically wrote custom software for the cars that allowed them to pass these emissions tests. And you know, you kind of write software to pass tests all the time if you're a software developer, but the concept is kind of bad when it's for a car or something. The idea of test-driven development is kind of pretty huge in software, where you write a test and then write the software to make it pass the test, and then run the test and it passes the test. I guess what was bad about these cars is that they then stopped passing the tests after the software stopped running.
Yeah.
So what's that meant, really?
Well, it means these cars are pumping out a lot more emissions than everyone thought they were. I mean, ultimately.
Quite a lot more, really, though, isn't
Yeah, it was something like 75%.
it?
I
Yeah.
saw something along those lines. So, yeah, a lot more bad things are coming out the back end of that car.
So essentially, a lot of people are driving around in illegal cars.
Yeah, pretty
Basically,
much. Because these cars don't
Through no
pass the
fault of their
minimum
own.
like guidelines set by the government.
Yeah, and they only pass them because of a piece of software.
Yeah.
Actually, it'd be interesting to know if anyone listening, drives one of these cars and
The
have-
Volkswagens,
yeah,
isn't it?
has anyone,
Yeah.
heard anything? Has anyone been contacted?
Yes, to say, hey, turns out your car totally illegal. Which
you-
would be bad news, I would imagine.
Do you drive a BMW? Do you drive a VW? I hope you don't drive a BMW.
Was that to me or the chat room people? Because you're kind of
It was
looking
to everyone.
nowhere at the moment.
You don't drive a BMW.
I don't drive a BMW.
No.
I
Well,
have
BMW.
I have a kind of habit of failing driving tests.
It has
so
started to become a habit now, hasn't it?
yes,
You're the Arnold Rimmer of driving tests.
Yes.
yeah,
Next time you get into a car for a driving test, just say fish repeatedly and then pass out.
that's what I did this time. That
Ah.
might be something along the lines about why I didn't pass.
Possibly.
You have to write the highway code out all over your body.
That would be brilliant. Just go in and say, I got the highway code tattooed.
Yeah, I've done that as well. That's embarrassing.
I'm just reminded by the episode of The In-Betweeners where Simon passes his driving test just by flirting with a driving instructor. You could try that.
I could try that. Haven't tried that yet.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, these cars are illegal. And if
No,
I
no,
drive,
attention,
if I
attention,
drive
attention.
them, if I drive them, they're double illegal. So,
That's
so
true.
that's nice.
You now get that if
So
you
are
sell
we
a
going to
joke.
start
that's
getting
Great.
text messages saying, do you drive an illegal car? We can help you with that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just
someone has seemed to sign
Phone
the
this
geekly
number,
numbers up for
transfer
spam.
this money into this account. It's going to be all sorts of things.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been a bad week for software in general, really.
Well, yes, it has, because also a piece of software that was supposed to keep track of everyone's fingers for reasons best known to its developers. You're now waving your fingers at me, which is quite alarming.
Keeping track of them.
Okay. Has been hacked. And all of that fingerprint information that this piece of software had in it has been stolen from the US government by whoever it was that hacked them. And I read that tweet out earlier about, never reuse the same fingerprint twice and
Someone
change
with a
your
real
fingerprint
finger
regularly.
fetish.
Well, I
Could
guess
you
that
use
be the
that data
motivation.
to 3D print everyone's fingers?
I imagine you probably could, because if you've got the fingerprint data, you know what the fingerprint looks like, so you can probably create a fingerprint.
And then you
Somehow.
could
You
go
could
and
make
commit crimes and
Or
pretend
you
to be
could
someone
print
else.
them out of chocolate and have
Yeah.
actual chocolate fingers.
You would make a
So-
terrible criminal, but a brilliant housemate.
Yeah. That's always what you want to look for in a
I got all
housemate.
the fingerprints, and now I can make real chocolate fingers.
Yeah. I'm starting to suspect you actually did the hacking.
I think so. Catherine's secret
seriously,
revealed.
Have we met?
Yes.
I recognise that finger.
But kind of the issue I have with this is fingerprints are a great biometric tool because they are unique to the person on whose fingers they are. That was a clunky sentence, wasn't it? And they're kind of, you can't change them, they're permanent. But also, that fact is a bad thing because you've got a lot of people using, for example, Touch ID on their iPhones now and iPads, where you can unlock your phone using a fingerprint. If your fingerprint is stolen and your phone is stolen, well, there are all kinds of scenarios you can think of. So if your phone is stolen and you're like being mugged
And they take your finger
and they take
too.
your thumb with them to try and unlock your phone,
Yeah.
you're going to have a bad time.
Well, yeah, someone could try and torture you for your passcode and you could not give it up, but someone could much
More easily remove
pull
a
your
limb.
thumb off.
Yes. Like, okay, you're not going to give me your passcode. I'll just take one of your digits. And then they've got access to your phone.
I just met you and this sounds crazy.
But
Give me your thumb. Give me your
here's my
thumb.
thumb. Yeah, that's
Oh,
that would have
got
been a very
dark
different
pretty
song.
quick.
Yeah. Well, what is it? Like 37 minutes past 7? I'd say that's about right for this show.
Well,
It's
for it
time
to
for it to get really dark. Yeah.
Well, it is that time of year. It is now dark outside.
Yes.
Normally at this point of the show, I'd say, I can see outside. I can see
Yes.
the green and the trees. And right now
And
I can
see table.
just see my own reflection.
Indeed.
It's not good.
But yes, there are lots of situations where, fingerprints are good for identifying a person, but as a method of access control or information security, should we probably be using something that doesn't involve, GBH if you get mugged?
Well, the same could be said for, I need your, it's iris recognition. Just take a rusty spoon to someone's eye socket, wouldn't you? And
Well, yeah, that's kind of my point.
it doesn't even need to be rusty.
No, that's just a thing you do.
Helps keep life interesting.
Yeah. But that's my point. Things like fingerprint and iris recognition and all of these other various biometric things, very good for like identifying a person. So your passport, for example, could be linked up with a digital fingerprint record so that it identifies you properly and so that your passport is much more difficult to fake. But using it as access control for things like your phone, but also government buildings in this case, and various other, there are lots of other like door access solutions that need irises and fingerprints. Is that really a wise idea?
Well, the school that I used to go to, the secondary school that I used to go to, has fingerprint readers for the kids, for the students that go there. And it's also linked to their lunch account, so that's how they get. That's how they pay for their lunch. Their parents top up their lunch account, and they pay with a thumbprint. Of course, there's nothing then to stop a bully.
Yeah, give me your lunch money turns a lot more gruesome.
Well, not
In
even
that
not even
situation.
necessarily pulling someone's thumb off, but just
Like,
just
grabbing
grabbing the person
them
in the
and
queue behind
grabbing
you and
their
swiping
thumb.
their thumb.
I mean,
Yeah.
you'd think that the person serving the lunch would, raise objection.
they fired all the
At
people
that
serving
point,
the
but-
lunch. You don't need people once you've got fingerprint readers.
That's worrying.
Very robotic.
Yeah,
Indeed.
very robotic. It's a robo no.
Bum, bum.
Robotic.
That's what we have instead of jingles these days, isn't it? Just Catherine going, ugh, and me saying a lot of different things. Oh, good Lord. like that.
Yes.
Well, there we are.
Do
That was
do
me. That was me live for the avoidance of doubt.
So do that again.
Well, there we are. Well, there we are.
Wow.
You see, I can do a great impression of my own voice.
Do it again.
Well, there we are. Well, there we are.
Wow, that is quite impressive. Let's see if we can do it at the same time. 3,
Well,
2,
okay.
1.
Well, there we are.
Amazing.
Why?
I'm never, ever not doing that button.
That would
That
be
was
a
brilliant.
really weird show.
Yeah.
2 hours
Yeah.
of.
Which is incidentally what we'll be playing on this channel right after we finish this, probably.
I went to press the button and didn't have the right window in focus.
Oh god.
So instead of you got yeah,
An altogether better noise, probably.
yeah, it happens. Whenever I go to swear, it's just this is such a thing.
Okay.
That's the swear noise,
Right. Mm-hmm.
I guess.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Should
How is
we-
the how's
we
the bad song
Carry on
going?
with the whole doing a show thing.
Yeah, how's the bad song voting
So
going?
we've had a few votes in, and currently in the lead, the worst song of the series is so far
Hashtag selfie.
Yes,
Amazing.
which was a truly terrible song.
So we
to
give
be
everyone
fair.
a reminder of the songs.
Yeah, why not?
Actually, first, this is all of the bad songs that won.
Yeah, the worst songs of the.
But we
of
have
the weeks.
exactly the same number of fallen friends.
That's very true.
Songs that were bad, but not quite bad
But
enough
not
to
bad
make it to
enough.
this list.
Yes, as chosen by the audience. By comparison, you listeners, like these songs. And in some cases, you, my co-presenter, like these songs.
This is a brilliant song. I don't know how you ever thought that song would be a bad song.
Let's not revisit that argument, shall
Whereas
we?
this song,
But first of all, you got to check your stuff like a grill that's set at 250 with the meat and cheese that's ready to go. A towel to keep your station looking cool. But most of all, you got to have your tool.
I fail to see the problem with that. It's good advice for life.
but then why
First
did you...
of all, you've got to check yourself. And most importantly, you've got to have your tool. Those are good life mottos.
You've usually got a smirk on your face now, Catherine.
Just thinking it through. Wondering what my tool of choice would be.
But you also thought this was a bad song.
We're going to Ibiza,
You were tripping.
back to the island.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it is a bad song.
No,
but
it's not.
It's a very bad song.
No,
but
it's not.
the only reason it survived the eternal damnation is because you put it up against We Are the Plastics.
That's true, and that was a
Which
truly awful song.
Is possibly one of the worst songs in the list. So,
yeah, it's got to be second, if not first.
so
But then,
you know.
then equally, I thought this song was terrible.
I woke up this morning with a bad hangover, and my penis was missing again. This happens all the time. It's detachable.
Yeah, but that's funny.
yeah,
A song about a detachable penis.
yeah,
You thought that's funny.
it is funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
Okay.
So yeah, those are the songs that you, the listeners, decided were better. Are you now just going to argue with each other using the soundboard?
Yes,
That's how this is going to go, isn't it?
basically.
Yeah. Well, you, the listeners, decided that those were the better songs of all of those we presented to you.
This is on.
Here are
this
the
is
bad
this
ones.
is the worst, though.
Yes. So yeah, we've got "Still in Love with You" by Electro Velvet, which for some reason we sent to Eurovision.
Get on the wrong train. Don't fly in an old plane. Don't go out in the pouring rain. You might get wet. I'd be upset.
It is actually quite terrible lyrically.
Yeah.
Or nasty diseases. Take good care
But
when I'm
you
not
know,
there. I'm still in
not
love.
quite as bad as some of the other songs.
Like this.
Like this. Yes, this is hashtag selfie, which is currently in the lead in the
How did that
vote.
girl even get in here? Do you see her? She's so short, and that dress is so tacky. Who wears cheetah? It's not even summer. Why does the DJ keep on playing Summertime Sadness? After you get out of the bathroom, can we go smoke a cigarette? I really need one. But first, let me take a selfie.
Indeed.
See, now this song I've got quite a soft spot for now.
Yeah. Now I compared to some of the bad songs we've had, I look back on this song with fondness.
Yeah.
Because I too like Chow Mein, Chow Mein.
No.
Yeah, no.
This
Also
song
a
is
terrible song. Hot Problems by Double Take.
I deserve to lose this week when you did this one.
Yeah. But then the week you nominated this, you may have been onto something. Axel F by Crazy Frog, of course.
Yes, the original Axel F, as Penman pointed out in the chat room, not bad. This version?
This version?
No.
Yeah.
Currently the runner-up in the poll, though. Excellent.
Yes, that's a fair point. Axel F has had some votes for it in the poll. This is Patrick Moore playing the xylophone.
It's not actually Patrick Moore playing the xylophone.
No. But this is what Mr. Weeble thinks Patrick Moore playing the xylophone would sound like. This, however, is Like a Princess by Double Take, who you may remember from such brilliant songs as Hot Problems. My favourite thing about that song is how it talks about how they're famous because of Hot Problems.
The Plastics, though.
Yes, we are the
Yeah.
Why
that's just
why
terrible.
wouldn't you let their docs work their magic?
I know.
I mean, surely you want to be them
Oh, who doesn't?
in life.
So please vote. I mean, at the moment, Selfie's got 2 votes more than currently anyone else has, but we are getting there. We've got people voting, so please do continue to vote and let us know what you think the worst song of the series is. What's your opinion?
Whew, those hot girls, they were pretty rubbish. That's really, yeah, that's all I got. With that Chow Mein
girls
song.
were pretty rubbish.
It's not. I mean, they have
get on board
problems
with that.
too, Catherine. They're just like you,
except
they're hot.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can hear the hotness rolling off of them.
indeed.
Don't sound skanky at all.
Speaking of the hotness rolling off of them, they've had votes for both of their songs actually in the poll, which is still open. gkly.co/bad to cast your vote, but #selfie is still in the lead.
Alison in the chat room says, I think Mary Berry should do a rap song for how to make a Victoria sponge.
That would be
So
excellent.
actually, I was watching the last episode of Bake Off, and she was talking a lot about Genoese. So I'd like to hear her rapping about a Genoese.
I think that's a rap we need to write.
Yeah, I think it's a rap we need to splice. Genoese. Has Mary
Okay,
Berry ever
so-
said bitches on TV? Because that would be great. Like, Genoese, bitches! And that would be Mary Berry.
So while I download every episode of Bake Off ever to put this rap together,
It's brilliant.
That's the point. I need to catch up on Bake Off.
There
yes,
you go. There
I
was
also
a
need to catch up on
particularly
Bake Off.
troublesome Genoese.
Ooh.
But spoilers. I don't want to spoil anything else for you.
That's all right. I mainly watch it just to hate on Ian.
Well,
what's
you
your
will
problem
not
with
be
Ian?
disappointed in this episode. So I like the
Is
fact
that
that
a
we're
spoiler?
now having a bake-off conversation on
Yes. Could be
This is
worse. We
great.
could be having an actual Bake Off. Oh, wait.
Yeah, let's not do that again.
No, not after last time.
Yes. Earlier this
That was
season, we did have a
genuinely
real
terrifying.
bake-off. And
Yes.
It was. Did you just say Genoa?
I said that was genuinely
I
terrifying.
thought you said that was genuinely terrifying.
I would have done
Oh.
had I thought of it.
That would have been a good pun.
Yes.
Was I not trying to text my mum at the same time?
Does she not know you're on air?
I'm telling her I'm on air.
Oh,
She missed
God.
the start of the show.
Yes.
She did do a favour for me today. So I
But
don't
it,
feel too
but
bad
it
for
wasn't
that.
listen to the show.
No.
So
So, But yeah, I have actually baked this time.
you have.
We
yeah,
have
let's,
cookies with us on the table.
Should we
So
give these a go on air?
Let's open up this Tupperware.
Yeah. So you've
which-
been baking.
Yes, I have. I've been doing actual baking instead of the sort of terrible baking I did while doing a show at the same time. So here are some cookies.
So you've moved on out on your own, and now you're baking cookies.
Yeah, that happens.
So I've got a cookie here. Grab yourself a cookie, Catherine.
Everyone get
Are
in
they
on
all the
this.
Everyone
same?
get in on a cookie
Yeah, they're
here.
pretty much. I mean, they're all cookies.
So it's
They're all
quite
chocolatey.
thick.
Yeah.
Cookies are normally flat. This is kind of
Looks
humpbacked.
sort of like a diaphragm.
Okay.
Right, so
I
you
no
went-
longer
you
want
went
to eat
there.
mine.
You went
for
there.
some
I was
reason.
going to say it looks like a macaroon rather than a biscuit, rather than a cookie, but
Yeah.
I was still at least thinking about food. you weirdo.
For various sugar-related, i.e., not having the right sugar reasons, these have come out a bit not cookie. But
Oh, pretty good though.
by the way, Scatter Moon in the chat has a Genoese pun for you. So
Do you know her? Never heard of her.
yeah,
Thank you, Scattermoon.
there we go.
Well,
And in fact, Scatter Moon has left IRC with the quick message: "Made too bad a pun to be allowed to continue."
excellent.
So bye, Scatter Moon.
So this
for joining.
really good.
I know, like I said, I can actually bake when I'm not trying to do a show at the same time.
It's not bad. I could think of a slight few improvements you could make.
What, like adding sugar puffs and horseradish?
I was going to say basil.
I didn't have any powdered custard either, so there's none of that in here.
I didn't add powdered custard. I added real custard.
Oh God. How did they actually turn out, edible?
Because putting custard in cakes and biscuits is fine.
Yeah, but traditionally not at the... And the horseradish.
Well, yeah, that added a slight kick to it, didn't it? What's wrong with adding horseradish to biscuit mix? Well, it was
Everything
cake
about
mix.
that sentence.
It was mainly the paprika I had a problem with.
Really?
That was also problematic,
There's a bit
yes.
of cheeky paprika in there. So it was a cheeky cake.
With sugar puffs in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
what
if I
we've...
had to take one thing out, it would be the sugar puffs.
Yeah. So what we've learned from this experience is that we should never have a bake-off on air again. But
Demise95 on Twitter has said that they have to say that hashtag selfie is one of the worst songs ever and it deserves to win.
Well, we hope you voted.
Controversial.
That's
It
a
is
nag right
rocketing
there.
ahead in the
Hashtag
polls
nag.
currently. Hot Problems has had a vote. Like a Princess has had some votes. Axel F has had some votes. Selfie has had a lot more of them, though, so
yes.
far. Wow. That's quite impressive, really. It almost warrants a...
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
I know.
So did you see
Crazy,
this
right?
week? There was some news.
I did experience this week. Yes.
So did you see, this week, there was some news from Oculus Rift.
Was there indeed?
Is that virtual reality thing?
Yes, that's what the future's made of.
When I tried that
That was
out,
virtual insanity.
I then spent all night puking.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if the two were related.
Ah.
Oh.
Well, that's good. So there was some news from
Hashtag
Oculus
true fact.
Rift.
Yes, they've partnered with Samsung to release the Gear VR. So it turns your Samsung Galaxy Note 4, S6 or S6 Edge smartphone, sold separately, into a portable next-generation virtual reality system.
Oh, yes. I've seen those. If you ever wanted to strap a phone to your face, this is probably the most, polished way of doing it.
Yeah, so it's a bit like Google Cardboard, but it's not made of cardboard.
Yeah. And costs about 10 times as much, presumably. But, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm
Virtual reality.
not entirely sure why you'd want to watch a film through it, though, which is one of the things it says you should do. I mean, gaming, I can see there's an application for it, but would you watch a film through a phone strapped to your face?
I suppose the idea is that it makes it look
It'd be
like
nice
a
to be able
big...
to lie down in bed and watch a film.
Oh, that's true. I hadn't thought
But
of that.
I just need to be able to strap the phone to my face to be able to do that.
Yeah. I suppose the idea is that it makes you think you're in a big, cinema screen type
But
thing.
why would I want to think that? I mean, especially if I'm in bed and therefore in my PJs, I'd worry.
Yeah.
I'd worry if I woke up and thought, "Oh my god, I'm in a cinema and I'm almost naked," and oh no, wait, I'm not.
Or even worse, that you're
That's
actually
worrying.
in the film, I'm standing in the corner while two people are getting it on, and I'm here wearing my fluffy dressing gown and,
You'd be a lot like that
That's-
guy
that's
that
just like-
photoshops himself into stock
and
photos.
rabbit slippers.
But that doesn't that just happen to you anyway?
Not often.
Okay.
Not after the restraining order.
No, no, I don't have any rabbit slippers anymore. Okay, we've lost Catherine.
It's happened again.
Oh, I'm glad we're recording this. I can edit all of those together later.
What, all of the times that we just lose Catherine
Oh no.
completely?
Oh no. Oh, this. I
go
mean,
there.
the last show of the series is basically just a giant in joke for the three of us. We're so laughing at each other completely.
Were we expecting it to be anything different?
No, I suppose not.
Was I supposed to make jokes about diamonds up bums as well?
You were, yeah.
Oh,
If you
right.
wanted.
You
Was it a
forgot
6
about
carat
that one.
diamond?
Would you like me to read the line again so you can
Go on,
do
go
the
on.
joke that you were supposed to do an hour ago?
Hey,
Go on.
we all got a bit confused, and
No,
I said
no,
yo.
that was you.
In the week that Thai surgeons removed a 6-carat diamond from a jewellery thief's bum.
Well, at least it wasn't 6 carats.
There we go.
There we go. What Malcolm
feel-
Tucker would call the carrot and stick method.
Very true.
I hardly feel that was worth it somehow.
So we should really think about giving away a takeaway so we can get
Yes.
that ordered before the show's finished. Let's look at the request queue. Let's see what people want to hear. And
Why
then,
not? People
then
want to
we
hear
can-
a lot of things. Well, Scattermoon has been trying to request Mary Berry in the chat room.
We'd like to give away a takeaway now, wouldn't we?
We would.
We've done that before.
We have.
It's quite nice. It's nice to give people the
is.
gift of food.
Yes.
And so,
I'm just making a lot of affirmative statements now.
yes.
Shall we do some giving away?
Yeah,
How are we
so-
going to do this?
Well, so rather than a quiz question or anything like that, how about we just pick a listener at random? And
Why
so
not?
There are people that we know are listening, and we know you're listening because you're in our chat room. So
Yes, you are.
if you're listening and you're not in our chat room,
You should get in on that.
gkly.co/chat will get you there.
Or if you happen to use
Yeah.
IRC, we're on Freenode. The channel is GKLY.
Yes, and we will pick a random person from the chat room to win a takeaway.
Yes.
And we will then call you up and get you on air and everything because we're nice like that.
Why not?
Yeah. So, we'll give you a quick countdown to let you get into the chat room.
I don't wanna see a ghost. It's a sight that I fear most. I'd rather have a piece of toast. Watch the evening news.
What?
Just life.
Oh, life.
Oh, life.
Oh, life. Do.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so get in the chat room soon because we're like now because we're going to give away some stuff.
Yeah, well, let's
Food-related stuff.
Let's do this then, shall we?
Yes.
Let's give this away.
Okay, so I've counted up how many people are in the chat room. I'm going to count again.
Not including those people that are in the studio, I'm assuming.
I'm counting again.
People keep joining, don't they?
It is a problem. I count 15 people in the chat room
Not
at the moment.
including not including the people that are in this room.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's do a random number between 1 and 15.
And not including Geeklybot, right?
Not including Geeklybot.
Okay,
not
great.
including any of us in the room.
Great.
Pressing the button, and then you can count
I'll count down the list.
down the list. The random number is.
I have changed the list up a bit as well.
Drum roll.
So,
Oh God, you've
so it's a
randomized the
randomized
list.
the list. Random
This-
number. Here we go.
Oh, this is scary. Okay, the number is 7.
7, you say?
7.
7.
That's number one.
Okay, so Dan Tommel in the chat room is the recipient of some pizza.
Hurrah!
Wow.
Or alternative takeaway if you happen to
Yeah,
hate
we
pizza.
we can
But
get you a curry.
we can pretty much get you whatever will deliver to your house
Chinese
or wherever you happen to
takeaway.
be. We
Do
do
you
like
like
Chinese
Chinese
food.
food?
Yes, you know that it's true.
Do you like noodles?
I like fried
rice.
I like noodles.
Do you like chow mein?
mein.
Oh, I love that song.
Oh, this show is
Why
very
is
much
it a
an
bad
in
song
joke.
of the week?
I don't know. I really don't know. Because you nominated it. This is nothing if not your fault.
Indeed. So, Dan, we will drop you a message shortly to get your takeaway sorted, and then we'll get you on air at some point.
Yes,
this
that would be
evening
fun.
as well, because
that's
you've
a thing we
won.
do,
Well
apparently.
done. So moving on then from the takeaway that we have now given away, and we will buy during the next song. Catherine,
Yes.
you know that segment that you do every week,
Oh yeah. That
the
thing. that
Tumble
Verge-
Fumble,
Yeah.
as we take a voyage through Tumblr.
Yes.
Now you tell me that some of the fumbles we've done in the past have had an update.
They have indeed.
A very exciting stock Photoshop wonderment has had new additions.
It has indeed. So
Yes.
you
Which,
remember
quite frankly,
the
is worthy news.
you remember the Tumble Fumble that you did a couple of weeks ago of the person photoshopping themselves into
Stock
stock
photos.
photos.
Definitely worth checking out if you just kind of Google that up. We've had new additions. So, so what have we got?
So yeah, this is stockphotobomber.tumblr.com. And let's see what we've got here. There's a photo. I can't actually.
You're being really
find him in this
descriptive.
one.
He's in all of them. There's a fantastic one here of like the original photo was of a woman in a kitchen, and she's kind of crying because she can't obviously
She
can't
can't
get the
handle
food
all these
right.
vegetables.
Yeah, and then in the photoshopped version, there's him sat doing a poo in the pots in the background.
Yes.
Which is quite brilliant. I may have to tweet that one from the Geekly Twitter account because it is quite
Yes.
exceptional.
There's,
What are the others?
There's an old guy with his hand on the back of his neck, which I'm actually doing in the studio, despite the fact that I know that's not going to help on radio. And he's just put himself in the background with a like pea
With a
shooter
straw pea
or
shooter
something.
thingy, yeah.
Yes.
What else have we
Presumably
got?
firing spitballs at the back of his neck. We've got him just turning up at a kid's birthday party in a vest with a beer,
That's
looking
always good.
slightly
slightly
lost.
tweeted one of them from the Geekly Twitter account, just in case you can't
Excellent.
see these yourself.
There's a woman in a car who is driving along, making a face that looks like she could be screaming, as he in the passenger seat plays the recorder, which
there's the,
would be enough to elicit that reaction.
There's a brilliant one of a family at a campsite, just kind of sat around, one sat in the cool box, they're making tea, and he has photoshopped himself into the background with a bloody shirt and a giant blooded knife. That is quite excellent.
Oh yes,
Carnage on camp.
indeed. There are
Title: Homicidal Maniac preparing to dismember campers. That's very descriptive.
yes.
Excellent.
He's
So
put notes on it. A lot of these that say the company calls this whatever, but I've decided to call it "Man sends mother over the edge with recorder."
we've pasted that link into the chat, stockphotobomber.tumblr.com. It'll be in the show notes as well, so you can check that out as well. And just before you move on to the next Tumble Fumble, the person we picked for the takeaway has declined. Apparently they've already
Already
eaten.
eaten.
They've already eaten.
Wow.
So generate another random number. Let's number wang this.
Oh God. Okay. Let's have. Nope. That's just the stock photo bomber again.
No,
So he's
that's-
not going to help us now.
No.
not unless we send that person a takeaway.
Could we do that? Is that possible?
I don't think we know their address.
Probably
we
not.
may be able to have their fingerprint.
Possibly.
Yeah.
We'll have a look. I'll have a look through the database that Catherine stole,
Please.
and see if
And
we
make
can find
make
it.
an actual
Please don't
chocolate
get me in
finger in the
trouble.
shape of his finger
Yes.
and send it to him.
But meanwhile, let's generate another random number. I'm pressing the button.
Ooh.
The number is 13.
Lucky for some.
Who's it lucky for?
OB6160 in the chat room. OB6160.
Come on
You've
down.
just won a takeaway.
Yes.
Please drop us a message in the chat room. Let us know if you would like to claim this takeaway. Because,
Yes.
we might just have to keep drawing until someone eventually gets some food. And we'll send you some food. And it will be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do that. I mean, if no one else is going to eat it.
Well, I mean, we will if we really have to.
Yeah.
So what's next on the Tumble Fumble?
If paintings could text.
That .tumblr.com?
Yep, exactly. If paintings could text .tumblr.com. So essentially similar to all those, texts from last night, memes, but with,
We should probably warn you
Really
that some of the
decent art.
content of these paintings may be slightly not safe for work.
But that's okay. It's Friday night. You shouldn't be at work. Oh, wait,
Yes.
hang on a second. It's daytime somewhere.
It's in here. It's always Friday.
OB6160, you did hear your name. Yes. Please check your messages on IRC. You've won a takeaway.
Yeah, I don't think this Tumble Fumble is particularly good for radio, as reading some of these out would probably get us in trouble.
Yeah.
So,
Well, this one's fairly tame, but also quite lame. I managed to convince my mum that my hickey was a birthmark I've always had. She cried for an hour about being a terrible mother for never noticing it. That's just awful.
Well, once we started drinking vodka out of wine glasses, there was no turning back.
Okay, I
it
can't
really
read
doesn't
that.
work without the pictures, does it?
No, not really.
Apparently,
look
I
that
saved
up.
myself a memo last night titled Cake, and all it says is, I love it so much. Who hasn't done that?
I'm doing that right now.
Well, next up I have one that probably is better for radio, and
Excellent.
it is a Daily Odd Compliment.
Daily Odd Compliment.
Yep, dailyoddcompliment.tumblr.com.
Excellent. Navigating to that now.
Yeah, it's loading.
Okay. Sometimes when I'm with you, I start using a weird voice for no reason, and I don't really know why, but I do enjoy it. So thank you for allowing me to do that. You're a kind friend.
This one is, you have an incredible knack for turning any conversation into an awkward one.
Yeah.
These were written for you, weren't they?
In a world of ladybugs, you are a tiger. Yeah, you're that much better than everyone else.
Being normal is overrated. I'd much rather be weird with you.
Here's one that works well for Catherine. I honestly think you can do anything you put your mind to. But I know what kind of thoughts you have, so maybe hold off on that for now.
Oh, if only you really knew what kind of thoughts I have.
I dread to think.
If ninjas captured you, I would spend all of my free time training to be a stellar ninja, which might take some time since I'm very far from being that. But I want you to know that I would eventually save you.
These are really good.
Yes. I like these. I don't know if it's a skill, but you are really good at immediately deleting pictures of yourself.
That's you.
Yeah, kind of is.
I wish more people were like you, because then more people would laugh at my jokes and be good looking.
Aww.
Some days it's nice to know that if I don't feel like doing anything, you'll be like, cool, you want to do nothing together?
You may not be perfect, but your weirdness matches mine, and that's close enough.
I can never stay mad at you, mostly because I have too many things that I want to tell you. I've been in that situation before. Very good.
Yep, that's my favourite one
Very good.
for quite some time.
Yeah.
I like that if you don't have anything nice to say, you'll just go ahead and say it anyway. You play by your own rules, and I admire that.
Okay, so we've got to pick again for the takeaway.
Oh, God, have we?
We do.
Oh, no.
Okay, how about this? In the chat room, raise your hand or, wave or say something if you do want the takeaway, and we'll pick from those people.
Probably have to wait about 30 seconds for that to happen.
Oh, yeah, don't cross the streams.
What
No,
we
that'd be
need
bad.
is the countdown.
Bong. Yep.
Yeah, I
Do
can't do
that again. Do
I
it
can't
again.
do
You're
that
good.
for 30 seconds.
Go on. Yep.
Apparently, I'm quite good at making the sound of Pac-Man dying,
Go on.
but I can only do it when I'm not thinking about it. It's part of my yawn.
Part of your yawn.
The kind of, and I'm going to
What
try
noise
it, but
does
my
Pac-Man-
impression,
I don't even know.
my impression
That's just
is
something I
probably
do.
nowhere near as good as Catherine's.
Go
But I
on.
seem to remember it's like, oh, wah, wah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I don't know if I make that at the end.
Well, I looked for the countdown theme, but all I can find is one that loops for 10 minutes, so that's hardly going to work.
I don't know. That could be all right. Give it a go.
Why not? Oh no, here's a 30-second one. That's probably better.
Go on then.
Here we go. That's an advert. Now, yeah.
Yep, that's Meerkats and
That's Meerkats.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and all sorts of
Okay,
awkwardness.
here we go. Here's the theme from Countdown, allegedly.
Sounds like it.
According to Penman, this is actually on Spotify. And I'm not
I'm
surprised.
loving the fact that Countdown is on challenge. Like really old Countdown.
Yes. Not seeing a lot of people in the chat room saying that they want food. That's kind of worrying.
That is worrying.
Maybe we'll have to have more takeaway.
That's the sound of
That
Pac-Man
was Pac-Man dying, yes.
So you yawn like that.
Apparently. Listen out for it.
Wow. Have you ever
Okay.
considered going to a doctor?
All the time.
I would,
I'd
but I
have to
don't
camp
think
outside under a
anyone
mushroom.
delivers to me. Interesting. A lot of people have already eaten. Okay, well, we've got 2 to pick from that have said they want food.
Yeah.
So generate a random number between 1 and 2.
I could actually flip a real coin for this
Oh,
one.
there we go.
Which would, provide some variation in the
Go on. Have
in
you
the
actually,
content.
you've actually
I've
got
actually
a coin there?
I have a selection of coins.
Okay, go on then.
Catherine, would you like to pick, impartially select a coin?
Okay.
Please don't steal my change.
Where are the coins? I've shut my eyes, so I'm being impartial.
Okay.
Okay, I've-
That's
20p.
a 20 pence coin.
Okay, so out of the 2 people that are in the chat room currently, I'm going to say that who have said it. So I'm going to say that Benedict is heads and Prozac is tails.
And the winner of the takeaway giveaway, as decided by 20p coin, it's heads.
Oh, so it's
Benedict.
Benedict, if you send us your postcode, we can check to see what delivers
Yes.
to you. Drop a message to one of us in IRC. We will get that. So it's either going to be myself or Chris or Nails. Drop us a message. We will see what we can do on the takeaway front.
Yes. Anyway.
Yes. So interestingly, one thing that we look at we do the Tumble Fumble quite a lot, but we don't often look at what's trending on Twitter, or at least we haven't done so for a little while. But there's been a really interesting set of hashtags this weekend.
Have there indeed?
Yeah, well, I said weekend. I don't know why I said weekend.
I was going to say there's been a weekend.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
wasn't
because-
aware of this weekend.
I think it's because Rebecca Black was on, and then I got distracted.
Were you looking forward to the weekend?
I think I must have been. So interestingly, we talked about on previous shows the fact that One Direction were taking a break.
Yes.
And there's now the hashtag trending today, 6 months without Zayn. Now, I had to look that up, but one of the members of One Direction was called Zayn. Not Z-A-N-E, as you would expect, but Z-A-Y-N. And apparently that's a real name that somebody's parents thought that was right to give.
It kind of implies that he's dead or something.
Yeah, 6 months without Zayn. But I think a lot of fans genuinely think that.
What, that he's dead?
Well, I did see one tweet on the hashtag, and there are quite a lot of tweets on this particular hashtag, 6 months without Zayn. I'm looking through it now. But a lot of them seem to say, can't believe it's been 6 months, still can't believe he decided to join Al-Qaeda or ISIS or things like that, which he didn't do.
No, that didn't happen.
But a lot of people seem to
think that it did. Which is worrying. But yeah, has it been 6 months?
Somebody here said, I don't think I've ever read a sentence that broke me as much as this did, with a screenshot of a news article that said, after 5 incredible years, Zayn Malik has decided to leave One Direction. USA Today has tweeted with, our hearts will go on. I'm assuming in response to the fact that this was trending.
Okay, that's worrying.
Yeah. It's quite a disturbing hashtag when you really see
It is a bit.
It's quite incredible in a way. It sort of reminds me just how big the world is. And there's this whole thing that doesn't really touch my life at all. And yet it does so many others.
Uh-huh. So,
It's quite mind-bending, really.
other hashtags, thinking about mind-bending, is Donald Trump's Google history.
Ah, that sounds like fun.
Yes.
Yes. So, what have we got? Hashtag.
How
Donald
can I
Trump's
get
Google
my name
history.
onto the space station? Where is King Latifah? How to talk like a fourth grader. Donald Trump's Google history is probably just Donald Trump.
Yeah, that would make sense.
How to build a wall. How to build a wall not Chinese. Who to hire to build a wall. Who to hire to build a wall not Mexican.
Bible verses featuring Mexicans.
How to use wood stain as fake tan.
Uh,
How to use guinea pig pelt as wig.
When is Mexican Independence Day? When is American Independence Day?
how to stop being an internet meme.
How to lose friends and alienate people.
How to get on Mount Rushmore. How to comb over. How to hairspray.
How to outsource everything and use that as my foreign policy.
How many foreign friends do I have to be not racist?
What was Jesus' net worth?
Monald Mump. Other ways people spell Donald Trump. How to ban other spellings of Donald Trump.
Can I deport all Mexicans and still have Mexican food?
Can I deduct hair care products on my taxes?
My wife vomits every time we have intercourse. Is that normal?
How to backpedal after insulting a woman.
Is Obama Muslim? Why isn't Obama Muslim? How to convince people Obama is Muslim? Why don't I have a soul?
Difference between Hamas and hummus.
1:52 p.m. Donald Trump net worth. 2 p.m. Donald Trump net worth. 2:06 p.m. Donald Trump net worth.
Well, indeed.
Do Latinos speak Latin?
Okay.
Why do stupid bimbos call me a misogynist?
Oh dear.
There are other hashtags as well. Some of them not even as fun as that one. There's just a general kind of news. Apparently on Twitch, the game streaming platform, no gay nudity is allowed, but blue alien boobs are fine. That's the headline.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm going to paint my boobs and go out.
Yeah, I think I might as well. Well, there's
Okay.
really nothing.
Oh, we can't get arrested.
No, if it's okay on Twitch, then
Okay.
it's okay.
Yeah,
for
I'm
the
not
rest of
sure
us.
like the rules of Twitch necessarily map to like public indecency law, but
No, maybe not.
you know.
Well,
Apparently Make a Movie Catholic is also trending.
oh, how have they done that one then?
Well, I'm searching it now. What do we have here? The Inquisition game.
Catch me if you Vatican.
Ordinary Papal.
Ah, I like
The
that.
Godfather,
Bridget
Godson,
Jones.
and God Holy Spirit.
Bridget Jones Diocese.
Dude, where's my card, Dinnell? About a choir boy.
A room with a pew.
Oh, very good. You're just sat there reading them now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Read them out loud. That's how radio works.
Silence of the Lamb of God.
Incense and sensibility.
Get him to the Greek, as in HYMN.
Ah.
Cain and Abel's excellent adventure.
No Country for Our Men.
Psalm like it hot. We have a winner. Honey, I touched the kids.
Oh dear.
Yeah, let's
Just-
move on to the next one.
Well, just, you know, on a pun I'm sure is on Scattermoon's level, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Pope.
Brilliant.
Apostle it now.
That's
Pope
amazing.
fiction. There's even a GIF with that one.
That's incredible. I'm hoping that you two will carry on. I'm sat here ordering pizza for our
Yeah.
winner, so I can't do all the talking at this point in time.
Once
thought
upon
you
a
had the
time
hashtag
in a
knowledge.
manger.
Oh, yeah, I did. We ran out of my knowledge.
Oh,
You two are running away.
Now
on
we're
your
just
own over there.
Googling stuff.
Right, okay.
The 40-year-old virgin, Mary.
That works.
Oh, I've just seen
Straight
that
out of communion.
Strictly is trending, so don't worry. Geekly's not on. He'll not be entertained.
No, don't encourage people to go and watch Strictly.
I wasn't. I was.
Yeah, that is the problem. I realised
God.
So
starting...
while we're taking a season break, I suppose there is at least something else to do.
Starting on this episode, we are fighting for airtime with Strictly Come Dancing, which
That's
which
okay.
is problematic.
We'll dance. We're dancing right now. It's radio. They'll never know.
what, that you're dancing?
Yeah. I
Because you
always
often
dance.
are.
Yeah, that's
Or
me.
sitting
Worryingly.
in a wonky chair with my pants unzipped.
What?
On the
I was
radio,
going for
no one knows you're a
reality.
dog.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
On the radio, nobody knows that Catherine is actually sitting on a wonky chair with her pants undone.
Yes, which...
But nobody
It's
knows
probably
why.
far more-
It's not like any of us
Yeah,
asked for that.
It's probably far more information than you needed.
Yeah,
There's something about Mary Magdalene.
that works.
We're just trying to find funny ones, which is a problem on Twitter because everyone has a go. Fast, pray, love.
Fast, pray, love. You can stop talking about this and talk about something else if you like. I, again, am just ordering a pizza.
Yeah, you are ordering a pizza.
What were our other topics?
Well, we've more or less run out of other topics.
Oh yeah, awful
Uh,
hashtags.
Awful hashtags and stuff.
Order the takeaway.
Yeah, that's basically all we had to do.
takeaway- Every
Announce
takeaway in
the
this place
worst
has
song
chicken on it.
ever.
You can't even just get a
Ever.
pepperoni pizza. Everything's got chicken on it. Oh no, there's a pepperoni pizza.
The chickens have taken over.
What's
To that address.
annoying is that they said they would.
They said they would, and then they didn't. And
I know, it's really, really bad. You can't
Yes.
say you're going to deliver somewhere and then not.
yes. No, that's a bad thing.
I feel like we ought to apologise to Benedict.
Possibly.
Let's.
We
shall
are sorry, Benedict.
Shall we phone Benedict and apologise?
Why not?
Let's do that because we can do this. Right, I'm finding the phone thing. Here we go. That's sending a text. Make a phone call. Copy and paste in the number. And then hit that button.
And gamble away.
Here we go.
That doesn't appear to be working. You
No.
might need to reload the page.
That's weird, isn't it?
Did you try reloading the page?
It worked fine earlier. I've just reloaded it. Hang on. Okay. I love it when technology works first time on the air and everything.
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
That's a different noise.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you indeed.
Hello.
Good.
Are we talking to Benedict?
Yes, you are.
I can only apologise from the bottom of my pizza oven.
Yes.
It's okay. I literally live, the place I live, the second line of my address is Bar Hill, as if that doesn't kind of explain my location
You're up a hill.
well enough.
You're up a hill and it's far away.
Yes, that's a very accurate description. So I've just been running to get the phone. I'm quite out of breath.
Is the phone down the hill?
Not quite, but it might as well have been. It's never where you expect it to be. No matter how many times you kind of put your phone somewhere, it's just never there.
It's very true.
That's a real shame. We are incredibly sorry that we've been unable to get you a pizza.
It's okay.
Would you like a song instead?
Yes. I think that's an adequate replacement alternative.
Okay. What song would you like?
Got a favourite song?
You can choose any song from.
That
all
well,
the
that
songs.
no, I actually just cut Benedict off.
Ah.
would be
See, the thing
Why?
is, the thing about our system is,
Remember when you had to reload the thing?
who wrote this software?
That may have been me.
So the thing with our system is that that didn't work either. Everything. Oh,
is held
is it
together
gonna-
with string.
There we go.
Yes, everything is.
Let's see if. Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
That's just me, isn't it?
No,
No.
I can hear you.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
There we
Yes.
go.
Oh, sorry about that. So
Sorry,
the-
my co-presenter doesn't know how to use the perfectly and flawlessly designed software that we have here in the studio.
So the thing about this little web page that you wrote to help manage the thing is that everything's on different pages. So if I have the phone open and then I click on the requests page to see if a song has been requested already or not, it ends the phone call, and I didn't realise that.
I'd have thought that would be obvious, but anyway.
Well, because I was thinking of it like a phone, and normally if I look at something else when I'm on the phone doesn't cut off.
All right then. Anyway, Benedict, we apologise. Would you like a song instead? And this time, we're not going to cut you off.
Thank you. Could you possibly play Muse Uprising? Such a good song.
I'm sure we could.
I'm pretty sure we can get that. Actually, you continue talking, Chris. I will look for that song.
Okay. I'm not entirely sure what to talk about because stalling is
Well,
not
Muse
really my
reminds me
forte.
that
But
Muse has new concert dates out today.
that is very true. That
Although they're
sounds like
probably
something you
already
could talk
all
about.
booked out. So
Yes, that does tend to happen.
Kind of thing that would go on sale really early.
Mhm.
Have you been to see Muse live, Benedict?
No, I haven't actually. I saw Ed Sheeran a couple of months ago, but apart from that, no, I haven't.
Chris has got a really
Yeah,
great
yeah.
look on his face. Like you said, Ed
Just
Sheeran,
trying to
and
think-
someone waved poo under his nose.
Well, I'm just thinking like Muse, Ed Sheeran,
Yeah, it's quite eclectic.
fairly,
Yeah.
quite a difference in style, but fair enough.
People have
Fair enough.
eclectic. I like some rap music.
Well, yeah. I mean, one of your favourite songs is about how to make burgers.
No, I don't know that one, but I can do the whole of Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang, and I know the entire Poke Rap.
Okay, before we assault
Is
any
that-
of our listeners' ears
the
with that,
15-minute Sugar Hill Gang.
I can do most of that one.
before we assault any of our listeners' ears with either of those things, have you found the song yet?
I found the song.
Excellent. So, by way of apology, Benedict, here is Uprising by Muse.
Thank you.
Seriously?
After every song.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, God, why? That's not even an in-joke we've done on the show.
No, I know, no. It's
We're not
terrible.
allowed
even
to
when we could
explain
do
that
that
joke.
No, it's very much more of a visual gag and one that would
Yes.
lose our show's
Oh,
approval rating with
yes.
everyone.
dear.
So it's the last show in the series.
It is indeed.
the last one.
Yes, I know. Now, you're giving me a look.
No,
because,
well, I was going to talk about series 3.
yeah. Okay, that's the
Would
thing.
you like a series 3?
I could do that.
I could go for a 3.
I could
Catherine,
go for a third series.
Sure.
yeah, feel like series 2's been all right.
Yeah, pretty good
Fun.
overall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
series 3. Should we do it?
Sure.
All right then. I don't know why my voice is getting higher.
Well,
So we thought we would actually announce when Series 3 was going to be returning.
yes, Series 3 will be back. Basically, we're taking a one-episode break, and
Yeah.
we will be back on the 23rd of October.
23rd. That's
Yes,
Friday.
that is Friday.
That's Friday the 23rd
Yes.
of October.
Mhm.
23 of your finest Octobers.
23
Yes.
of your finest days.
Yes, which will be at 7 p.m. in British time, which will still be summertime because it's not the last Sunday in October. Is that how it works? Something like that?
No.
I don't know.
Clocks.
It'll be at
Doesn't
7
include
o'clock in the
school
UK.
half
It'll
terms
be like some other times in other parts of the world. But because it's the end of the series, I have prepared a surprise, as I put it in the notes, secret surprise special thing at the end.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried.
You are a bit worried. You've kind of been
I've been worried since you mentioned it this morning.
panicking throughout the show.
Yeah, I'm
always
I'm
giving me a
worried.
slightly nervous look. So it's the end of the series, and we've had a pretty good series in terms of, sound bites
Oh dear.
and stuff.
Oh no.
So here are the Series 2 best bits.
3, 2, 1.
Hello.
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 Hi. A very different studio to the studio from the first series as well.
Indeed.
I can see grass.
Yes.
It's amazing. And it's
I
well,
can
it's
see table.
pay the soy sauce board for your pipe rental.
I like how the debate has changed from how's the net neutrality in your country to where is Vimto available around the world.
I wonder what next. I mean, obviously next year is going to be the year of the Linux desktop.
Themes like the garden chair of solitude should leave you in stitches, hopefully.
You ever get the feeling that you're just doing more and more to get yourself fired?
Yeah, well, in Killer Robots, I would love to think that food was really the ultimate outcome of the AI hive mind.
I used to like physics a lot, but then I went to study at university and it kind of sucked all the love right out of me.
Incidentally, the name of my second album. But, so
Physics sucked all the love right out of me. Out now.
It's a bit like Bat Out of Hell. It's that kind of Meatloaf style. Physics sucked all the love. Anyway,
right.
now I've got a song to write now. Sorry.
I like everything about this idea already.
Yeah, but would I need a whole acre for the mine? Could I have a moon house?
Well, yeah, I suppose
that is
you'd
the
only
question.
need, about a metre square to send the miners down, and then you could hollow out the whole moon.
I mean, moon.
It might annoy your neighbours.
It might do.
It might, but
Yes.
well, didn't it?
Sorry, I was in the chat room.
Yeah. We got this show thing going on.
Yeah, but the chat is
just-
so distracting because it's cool.
I'm going to stop talking now.
That was a little bit disgusting, but I think we all knew what you were talking about. Which
Yes,
is,
I'm very glad you said chewing gum. That would have
They'd
been a
they'd
little
been
bit
licked
creepy.
way too much.
Yeah.
Really?
Lucas, one.
Really?
Oh god,
We've lost Catherine.
it's happened again.
It's a week of days.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a week of days. That's like the
Indeed.
worst Game of Thrones knockoff ever.
Uh-huh.
Week of days.
Yes. Sunday is coming.
Dance with my bitches.
But most of them don't have a lot of methane, and apparently the fart quantity is the metric on which we have determined whether this planet is like Jupiter. Now that's just mean.
What was that? Okay,
Good
so
start.
in true Bake Off style, it's your turn now.
You've never actually watched Bake Off, have you?
No.
Yeah. I mean, first impression, it looks like a crime has been committed in here.
Love is like diarrhea.
No, no. Can we have one segment where we
Come
don't
on,
say that
suddenly,
word?
Unexpectedly and painfully.
Wow.
Well, there we are. That was the Series 2 best bits.
Oh, I was in hysterics.
Yes.
Well, at least we made ourselves laugh.
I feel like that
suppose.
needs to be our primary form of promotion for Series 3.
I think so.
Yes,
Oh.
so that'll be online later for you to have a listen to.
Absolutely.
Again, as well as the podcast version of this show, which is like the radio version of this show, but without all the songs and without all the times Catherine talks about penises.
Yeah, we do edit the
which should
word
be excellent.
penis out quite
Yes,
a lot from this
quite
show,
a lot.
which is It's funny, really, because you
They're
can't.
more likely to be knob if I'm talking.
Yeah,
That's a fair
Don't say
point.
penis.
you can't.
Speaking-
you can't really edit Knob out of
Mm.
life, but you can out of a podcast.
Yes. Speaking of editing Knob out of life,
Oh, speaking of life,
oh life. Well, I was just gonna give the results
Sorry.
of the bad song, but yes,
Don't wanna see a ghost. It's the sight that I fear most. I'd rather have a piece of toast. Watch the evening news.
life.
oh life.
Oh,
yes.
life.
So
Oh, life.
we have a winner
we do,
of
don't
the bad song of the series by a
we? Oh
landslide.
dear.
It is #selfie by the Chainsmokers.
Oh wow. So
yeah.
So as voted, so we not only did we narrow down this list of songs over the course of the series, but now in a creme de la creme of
A creme de la crap.
creme de la crap, yeah, the cream of cheese
Yes.
is.
That actually worked.
Thanks, yeah, I
dear.
worked hard on that one. Is #selfie. And we are now pleased to be able to commit this song to oblivion
Yes.
and never, ever speak of it again
Indeed.
or play it again. We're not playing it.
No.
No,
No.
it's a
We've
terrible
done it
song.
once. We don't
Yeah.
need to do that twice.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're not playing that song.
No.
It's so bad. Why would we subject our listeners to that? It's terrible.
Yeah. They've put up with it
This
once
whole show
already.
was an exercise in subjecting our listeners to sort of cruel and unusual torture.
No, but for one
Mm.
last time, here were all of the bad songs of the series.
Well, don't get on the wrong train. Don't fly in an old plane. Don't go out in the pouring rain. You might get wet, I'd be upset. You're bound to get sneezes or nasty diseases. Take good care when I'm not there. I'm still in love with you.
How did that girl even get in here? Do you see her? She's so short, and that dress is so tacky. Who wears cheetah? It's not even summer. Why does the DJ keep on playing Summertime Sadness? After you get out of the bathroom, can we go smoke a cigarette? I really need one. But first, let me take a selfie.
Hot girls, we have problems too. We're just like you, except we're hot. The world needs to open their eyes and realize we're not perfect, and sometimes we lie. Treat me like a princess and call me by my name. Put me on a pedestal and soak up all my fame. Flashing cameras, paparazzi, the entire world wants me. If you want what I got, just remember that I'm hot.
We are the plastics, living a life that's now elastic. We are fantastic. If you wanna be us, let our dogs work their magic.
Wow.
Yes, those were truly terrible songs.
That was a medley of.
A medley of stuff we can't say on air.
Yes, a medley of
It's a medley of.
Yes, it is. That's a very good point.
Indeed. Well,
We've even got music for this bit. That was well thought out.
I can't believe this is it. We're at the
I
end
know.
of the show.
We have almost
An
survived
entire
series.
series.
Without injury.
No, that is so weird.
Almost.
How have we managed to make it an entire series?
I don't know. I don't think this chair is going to make it until the end of the series.
No,
No, I've
this isn't-
repaired it
It's
once
not going to
in the
make it
last
till the
week
end
already.
of the show, probably.
Yeah.
But
Still, we've got a couple of weeks to do a bit of rebuilding in the studio.
Yes, we do.
But the
And we may need to.
23rd of October, we'll
Yes.
be back. So we're taking a break, a show break. So that's 4 weeks' time. 4 weeks on Friday, we'll be back with Series 3 of the Geekly Chronicles. Can't believe it, Series 3.
Series 3.
I know. So what have your favourite bits of this series been so far?
Well, I just edited them all into a 3-minute compilation. I mean,
And there wasn't a combine harvester to be heard.
There wasn't a combine
There
harvester
wasn't.
to be heard. I did like the combine
the
harvester.
combine harvesters were fun.
What unexpected.
Yeah, we had quite a foodie themed series.
Yes,
Always good.
we did.
Talked a
There
lot
was
about current
food.
affairs. Had people phone in. That was
Yes, that was exciting.
good. Cute kept getting our voicemail.
Unexpectedly.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
we've had quite a full series for something we only do every 2 weeks for 2 hours at a time.
I'm gonna miss it. Just in the week that we're
In
not doing
the one like space between the shows.
Lots of planning
When we'll
to do
probably
that.
get together and plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watch movies and
So
stuff.
really, you'll
Yeah.
probably miss us more than we miss doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be
But we
presenting a
won't
show
miss you.
next week, which is
That
gonna
is
be
very
interesting.
true.
Going back to my old student radio station, so I'll tweet details of that.
That would be fun.
Oh,
Yes.
But from me, Kez,
From me, Chris.
And for me, nails.
Yes.
it's almost time for us to go and say goodbye.
Indeed.
Thank you so much for listening to this series of the Geekly Chronicles.
Yes, we will be back in a month. Almost.
Indeed. We appreciate it. Thank you
Yes.
so much for making the show what it is, for all the
Yes.
requests, for all of the taking part in takeaways and giveaways.
And for all the unexpected voicemails. We will
Yes.
be back, and we hope to see you then.
We will indeed. Take care, everybody.
Goodbye.